Shan Tang, Rachel Yu, Nicoline. Concernant Conquérir le marché international grâce aux plateformes de commerce en ligne, le webinaire va se passer en anglais. So welcome ladies, CQCD and the attendees are very happy to have you again with us. Like I said, the webinar will be in English. If you have any question, you can answer your question on the chat, and Rachel, I think Rachel will answer the question to you, or Shanshan or Nicole.
Yes.
And thank you very much again, and have a good webinar, ladies. Thank you. Oh, Shanshan, it's your microphone is off.
Hey, thank you so much, Karina. And then we're so honored to have everyone here. And then thank you so much for CQCD continue supporting us through the past few webinars. And I know it's summertime, and then I really appreciate everyone taking 1 hour of your time to participating in our workshop. And I'm gonna share my screen right now. And Karina, I think you have to enable me to share the screen.
Give me one.
I just did it, Shanshan.
Yeah, perfect.
Now.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. Yeah. So thanks again, everyone, for your time. And then just a quick introduction about myself. I joined Alibaba back in 2016, headquartered in Hangzhou, and I moved to Vancouver, now responsible for the marketing and strategic partnership in Canada. Sorry, I'm gonna. Strategic partnership in Canada. And today the topic we'll cover is the Alibaba Ecosystem digital solutions. And also Nicole will present the Tmall Global cross-border solutions. And then I will cover the new way of business, Alipay online and offline solutions for retail brands. And in the end, I have invited one really successful business on our Tmall Global platform, which is just ordered to share her stories with everyone. And then we will do all the Q&A in the end. And in the meanwhile, if you have any questions or anything you feel like to ask Alibaba Group, please put them in the chat box. And Rachel, myself, Nicole will help to cover them. And also, in case you want to have a continued conversation with us, and then after this webinar, you can download our enterprise chat group. It's called InTalk. And then you can find it in Apple Store, Google Play, etc. And then you can continue to talk with Alibaba Group afterwards. And in addition, after you have the InTalk, and then we have a QR code for you, and it's exclusively for Alibaba and CQCD members. And you can scan the barcode and then join the group, and then ask us any questions if you have. I'm gonna just do a quick introduction about Alibaba Group before we start our content. So for Alibaba, I'm gonna talk about the history and missions. So for Alibaba Group, we really, in order to understand Alibaba, you have to go back to the very beginning. It was back in 20 years ago in Hangzhou, China, and Jack Ma first started Alibaba Group. And Hangzhou that time is the hotbed for manufacturing and for most of the small manufacturers. But that was pre-internet time, so there's no way for them to connect to the consumers. So many of them, would-be consumers, were from the US, Canada, and around the world. Jack discovered the existence of the internet through a trip to Seattle and came back with a big idea. And now he could leverage internet to level playing fields for all the small businesses. We celebrated our 20-year anniversary last year, and to the mission to make it easy to do business anywhere is still our mission today. While we're much larger now, but our original mission still hold true. And we stay true to our values that we're enabler for business of all sizes to succeed in Chinese market and also globally. And I'm gonna do a quick introduction of Alibaba digital economy. As you know, we started from Alibaba.com, a B2B wholesale platform 20 years ago. And eventually over the past 20 years, we evolved through different platforms like Taobao, Juhuasuan, Tmall, Fliggy, and AliExpress. And then from the marketplaces, we're able to build a logistics platform to support all the goods and services. And then the payment services and marketing platform on financial, supporting all the payment, and then marketing tools enable the consumers. And with that, we have the cloud computing and big data being the backbone to support all the functions and business units. And in the end, we have the lifestyle entertainment, and also Jack brought up the 2H strategy, happy and health, back 3 years ago. So the Alibaba Entertainment Group is really evolving through the happy and health. And then after talking about Alibaba economy, I would like to touch on the globalization. It's really an integrated part of the Alibaba economy. And then with our five strategy for globalization, first is global sell and global pay, global fund, global buy, and global delivery. And then for this webinar, we're really gonna focus on global pay, global fund, and global buy. And I'm gonna touch a bit on the global pay part and also the global fund. And Nicole later, she will touch up on the global buy, which is Tmall Global. And then, so I'm gonna do our overall digital solutions. And then, and I put mainly 3 parts. One is on the payment solutions through the e-commerce web-based solution. Another one is more offline payments. And the last part is the cross-border e-commerce through our Tmall platforms. And so the first part, I'm gonna talk about the e-commerce solution, the web-based solution provided by Alipay. So, and with currently Alipay, we have over 10 global wallets with 1.2 billion users global-wise. And the merchant is really easy to connect with those users globally by host the H5 page within the Alipay app. And also Alipay carries attractive promotions and offers and display them on Alipay app. And then I have a few screenshots so for your reference. And there's there's very easy integration and there's no chargeback, and then it's 100% secure. And then we have ongoing promotions going forward. And then the other one is offline payments. And then by attracting all the local users and also we're able to bring all the online traffic to your storefronts. And with all the, we have 100% lower transaction fee and no chargeback, and there's 0 fraud ratio. And we can increase the sales revenue for the stores and retails. And then we have many use cases for those ones, like duty-free stores, convenience stores, shopping malls, and chain stores. And then with those 2 sets, and the last one, I'm going to talk about our e-commerce solution, cross-border e-commerce solutions with Tmall Global. And for Tmall Global, there's mainly 3 different business models: Tmall Direct Import, Tmall Global, like Tmall Global Flagship Store, and then also the Tmall Overseas Fulfillment. And with different business model, and then I have list all the different business model, payments, and then how the sales and marketing management. And I wouldn't get into too detail about it because Nicole will spend 20 minutes on different business model and focus on Tmall Global Flagship Store. And then before I end my introduction here, I really wanted to talk about the fully integrated marketing program in Alibaba Ecosystem. I know in Canada and the US, and then we have Expedia, eBay, Amazon, Facebook, Google, Twitter, and YouTube to create an ecosystem. But really in Alibaba, in China, all you need is through our Alibaba ecosystems. We have our Youku, which is equivalent to Google, and Tmall platform, and you do all the branding through our Tmall. We have over 700 million active users, and we have Weibo integrated, and then our ecosystem. Alipay is also a really useful marketing tool to bring the traffic from online to offline. Flicky, one of the biggest like online travel agencies in China. And then we have Tmall, Taobao can run concurrently promotions, and all the sales happen within our ecosystem of Flicky, Alipay, Taobao, and Tmall. So I put a summary slides and of all these three solutions I talk about. First is web integrated within Alipay app, and we have the in-store Alipay integration for offline case studies, situations. And last one, we have the flagship store and Tmall Global. And then also have to list different user bases, fee structures, and key values, which you can get out of it. So it's really tailor-made for your business. So if you're just curious of anything, feel free to reach out to me anytime through my email or Ding Talk, and then we will answer all the questions. Thank you. I will end my slides here, and now I'm gonna pass to Nicole, and she's gonna talk about Tmall Global Solutions.
Okay, just let me share my screen now. Can someone enable me to share my screen?
Can you put her as a host? You can transfer your
Okay, it's good now. Hi everyone, this is Nicole. I'm the Business Development Country Manager for Canada from Tmall Global in Kala. For the past 18 months, I also worked in our headquarters in Hangzhou, and now I'm based in Vancouver. Thank you all for inviting us today. So today I will provide an introduction to Tmall Global, talks a little bit about the cross-border e-commerce, and show you the marketing trend through looking at the Double 11 Festival, and then wrap up by an onboarding roadmap. And before I get into the presentation, I just want to quickly talk about why China. I believe most of you already know that China is a huge market. And in fact, it is the largest e-retail market in the world. And by next year, it will likely become the largest retail market with a size of 5.8 trillion US dollars. And Alibaba, as the leader in the market, we own 56% and growing market share for the e-retail market. And combined in the group, we generated more than 1 trillion US dollar altogether. And that's about 1/6 of the total China retail market size. And the reason why we are able to become so strong is because Alibaba has built a very self-sustaining digital economy, which Samsung has just shared now. And Tmall Classic, Tmall Global, and Kaola are the three B2C online platforms within this digital economy, with Tmall Global and Kaola providing the cross-border e-commerce solution. And if you haven't heard of cross-border e-commerce, or if you haven't really gotten to the bottom of what is cross-border e-commerce, it is simply a very easy way for you to get into China. In fact, you can bring your product as it is in its original packaging. You don't even need Chinese labeling. You just need to make sure that your product is on the positive list of categories for the cross-border e-commerce. And also you have a Canadian registered business license for more than 1 year, and the Canadian registered trademark. And that is all the simple qualification that you will need to get onto the cross-border model. And that's why we often call cross-border the ideal first entry into China for most of the merchants, because it's so simple. And some of the merchants, they would come to me and ask whether they should go with Tmall Classic or Tmall Global. And for us, it's really not about picking side, but about starting somewhere. And cross-border e-commerce will allow you to start very easily, and for you to get to know the market and get to know your customer, test the market first. And if you're already thinking about going with Tmall Classic, or going through the general traditional trading, import, export, just to share with you that Tmall Global right now has this new store model that will allow you to sell through both cross-border and the traditional trading, import, export. So if you want to find out more about this new store type, or about more about Kaola platform, feel free to reach out to me after the webinar. And today I will focus my presentation about the Tmall Global. So Tmall Global is the #1 cross-border B2C platform in China. We carry more than 25,000 brands from more than 92 regions and countries. And we often pride ourselves as the global brand incubator. In fact, more than 80% of our brands made their China debut on our platform. And last year, we saw a quadruple growth in the number of new brands onto the platform. And also 86% growth in the number of brands signing on strategic partnership with us. And right now we have more than 80 brands generating more than 100 million RMB sales in a year. And all of this says a lot about our business confidence. And in terms of customer profile, we have a very young group of customers. More than 55% of them are born after the 90s. And a lot of them are looking to improve their health and wellness. And lead a more sophisticated lifestyle through purchasing high quality imported products. And in terms of category trends, we have beauty. So in terms of category trend, we have beauty, food and health, and mother and baby constantly as the top 3 categories for us, with fashion closely followed. And on the right-hand side, I've listed out some of the trending categories, but I just want to emphasize the fact that we do see new brands creating new consumption trend every year. So if your brand is now within those categories, there's no worry. China is big enough a market for you to have a chance to make it there. And if you want to find out more detailed trend about each of the category, also feel free to reach out to me after the webinar. And next, I want to talk about the biggest shopping festival in China, if not in the world, the Singles Day, or we call it the Double 11. On this day, which Alibaba hosts every year on November 11th, that's why it's called Double 11. Every Double 11, we break single day sales in the world. Last year, we generated 38.4 billion US dollars sales in just one day, with help of over 200,000 merchants. All of our merchants, they utilize this day to generate a huge amount of sales, and also to leverage this day to maximize their brand exposure and gain new customer experience, number of new customers. And how do we do it? I will share with you a short video just to let you see what are some of the sharing and feedback from our merchants.
Double 11 is the event of the year.
It's a festival that everybody come here, visit it to find new products, new excitement, and also new content marketing. We love Double 11 because we believe in the power of leveraging this very unique moment to touch millions and millions of young Chinese consumers.
This year is actually we focus more on this is content, live streaming.
I'm so excited to be here.
We have our top 10 brand ambassadors and our 100 KOLs who are, putting all in might to engage and entertain the shoppers.
This year, we actually expanded the team, like 24 hours non-stop live broadcasting during the Double 11.
It's really an honor and a privilege to be here at Tmall today. The amount of energy, the excitement, the passion, getting to see people running around the campus here, all the lights for the 11/11 kickoff. I was on stage, so I was part of the opening ceremony, getting ready to see products and sales start to fly across the board. So really an incredible experience.
This year is the innovation-driven Double 11. And what's even more exciting is that for the new products and the new brands we introduced this year, they are getting amazing sales results.
And this Double 11 is confirming the fact that when we're able to get out there and tell the story, consumers really do embrace the brand and what it stands for.
Yeah, so as you can see in the video, e-retail market in China right now is more than just selling products. It's really an entertainment. And if you have a shop with us on Tmall Global, it will not only become a place for you to generate great sales, but also be a marketing place for you to tell your brand story and interact with customers. And next up, I will show you another short video. It's a sharing from a Canadian brand called Viva Naturals.
Viva Naturals' mission is to make wellness accessible to all. So in everything we do, whether it's in our formulation of our products, how we deal with our customers on the phone, how we lay out our office, our mission and our values is incorporated in everything we do. We work with local farmers, with local growers and processors all around the world to produce higher quality products than what you'll see in the retail stores. And by being direct to consumer, we don't have the retailer markups. China is the most important market for Viva Naturals. Everything from supplements to organic superfoods, all these products are doing well in China because they're good for your health, and that's what Chinese consumers are looking for. Double 11 is similar to how we've got our Black Friday or even Amazon Prime Day, except the scale and the magnitude just dwarfs anything that happens here in North America. Last year was the first time we participated. Within the first few hours, we sold out of many of our popular products. We had 2 months worth of sales on that single day, and after Double 11, our sales doubled. It really sets you up for that next year because these customers saw a great deal, tried our brand, and then once they managed to experience the product, they started purchasing again and again and again. And not only the same product, but other products within the brand. This Double 11, we started our planning process in June. We're working with our growers to source more raw materials, building up supply to ship over to China for all these products to go out on Double 11. We're expecting this year for our sales to be at least triple what it was last year. Amazon doesn't have all the marketing opportunities and merchandising opportunities in the entire ecosystem that Alibaba has. We've had a pre-sale going on whereby a customer puts a deposit on a product and then they're charged on Double 11. Alibaba is also conducting some live streams showcasing our products. A host or celebrity walks their audience through your products. When you see a product in those videos, you're able to just go to Tmall Global, check out the product, all within the Alibaba ecosystem. A successful Double 11 allows us to reinvest in the business, to learn from our customers in China what they love, what they're looking for. There's a phrase in Chinese, 惊喜, that means a good surprise. And that's really what China has been for us. The reception of the consumers there in China who are loving our brand and purchasing our product for themselves and their families.
Yeah, so after all this, watching all the sharing by now, you probably are thinking, so how do I get on board with Tmall Global? So from Tmall Global, we provide mainly 3 business solutions. The first one is called the Tmall Direct Import, the TDI model. It's a wholesale model where our TDI team, they purchase directly from brands or suppliers. However, this model will be suitable for brands or products that are already popular in China. And if your brand is completely new to China or haven't had much brand awareness, we will suggest for you to utilize the second and the third business model to launch with us. So the second one we have is Tmall Global, the TNG model. It's the biggest model we have and most utilized by our merchants because it's usually referred as the ultimate way to build long-term success. Because only through this model, you will have full control over how you want to sell your products and how you tell your brand story, and also have the ownership to the sales and customer data. And the number 3 model that we have is called the Tmall Overseas Fulfillment, the TOF model. It's the youngest model we have, providing the highest flexibility in terms of logistics. So for this model, you can basically just ship your products to one of our warehouses in North America. Currently, we do have one in LA, another one in New Jersey. And we are in the process of adding another location here in Canada. So it will be easier for you to get onto this model. Simply just ship your products to the warehouse under consignment. And after that, our TOF team will take care of the sales management and take care of the last mile delivery to customer. However, through this model, we will still very much encourage our merchants to take marketing initiatives in order to see healthy and stable sales. And I just want to quickly mention that Kaola, another B2C platform on Alibaba providing cross-border e-commerce solution, also provides exact same 3 solutions. Just to let you know that there's another platform with very different customer and sales focus that provides the exact same business solutions. And the TDI and TOF, those 2 models, they're relatively easy to get on board. You just go through the general product quotation, contract agreement. For this case, TDI will be direct purchase or sometimes consignment, and TOF will be consignment. And after that, we just need to get you on board and go through supplier and product registration, providing all the necessary qualification. And after that, you just need to fulfill order. And for TDI, you will ship your products to China. And for TOF, like I mentioned, you will ship your products in one of the warehouses here in North America. And after that, we just need to build up your product page. For TDI, you provide assets. For TOF, you need to create your own product page, and we do provide page service for this. And after that, we will go into sales and operations. And again, TOF model, we will encourage merchants to take lead in marketing initiatives. And today, most of my sharing will be around Tmall Global, the flagship store model, because like I mentioned, it is the ultimate way to build long-term success. And you will have a place of your own to, do all kinds of marketing and interact with your customer. So it is actually a very simple, but it requires commitment. But the onboarding steps are not complicated. It's quite simple. Here I've listed out all the stakeholders to launch a store with us. First is brand. It's you. You will be brand owner will be the masterminds behind the store, setting all the store marketing strategy, looking at the product assortment, setting the pricing strategy and distribution strategy. And if you're thinking, oh, I don't really know much about China, so how do I do this? No worries, we will help you to bring in another partner to do it with you. We call them Tmall partner. And we do have service to help you find a Tmall partner. So what this Tmall partner does is they basically run the store on your behalf, run the day-to-day sales and operation, provide customer service, coordinate all the necessary cross-border logistic and warehouse, and conduct all the web marketing. And of course, they will be discussing with you what kind of planning and what kind of plan and what kind of strategy to go with for your store. And from our side, from Alibaba Ecosystem, we have Tmall Global providing all the necessary infrastructure for data, analytical tools, digital traffic, and so on. And we have Alipay providing mobile and online payment solutions, and it will also act as a financial center for merchants. And lastly, we have China Logistics, providing all the necessary cross-border logistic facilitation and also logistic data and analytical tools to help you improve your store performance and run more efficiently. And in terms of fee structure for launching a store, we basically have this 5 fixed costs. And every number I mentioned here will be local currency in renminbi. You can simply divide it by 5, roughly 5, to get a Canadian dollar counts. So first is the security deposit. And for most of the brands and most of the categories, as long as you have a Canadian registered trademark, the security deposit will be only 50K local currency renminbi. And if your trademark is still in the registration, in the process, then it will become double, 100K local currency. And the second fee is the annual technical service fee. And it ranges from 30 to 60K, depending on which category you launch in. And third is commission fee. So we take another annual technical service commissions of 2 to 5%. Again, it will depend on which category you launch in, the percentage will vary. And also Alipay takes another 1% as a service fee. And fourth is the TP cost. Like I mentioned, your Tmall partner will become a very crucial part in this project, basically running the store with you and help you with their experience and knowledge for China e-commerce. So it will be up to you and your Tmall partner how you want to work together and under what kind of commercial trade terms. And last cost is the logistics. And the cost will also be different depending on which type of logistic method that you choose to utilize, which I will talk about the different method in the next slides. So these are the 5 fixed costs. And on top of this, we will also encourage you to prepare marketing investment, because you will obviously need to conduct all kinds of marketing activities to build up your brand awareness. And also cross-border tax is generally 9.1% for most of the categories. However, you will have the option to bear this cost or let your customer bear the cost. And most of the time, merchants, they would choose to bear the cost for certain big campaigns only. And next, I want to talk about the different, the 4 logistic method that you can utilize to perform cross-border business. First is the bonded warehouse. So this one will require you to pre-ship goods to China into one of our bonded warehouse in anticipations of customer order. And because you will already have your product in China, so you will be able to provide a very fast delivery and provide the best customer experience through this method. And second, we have a global fulfillment center, the GFC method. So it's very similar to bonded warehouse. You also pre-ship your goods into one of the fulfillment centers in anticipations of customer order, but instead of to China, we have global fulfillment centers outside of China. And currently we have them in US, Hong Kong, Taiwan, Japan, Korea, Australia, New Zealand, and Malaysia. So if you have stocks in any of those countries and regions, feel free to utilize the stocks to sell to China as well. And number 3, we have the consolidated shipping. So this one will require merchants to have their own warehouse and logistic capability, because merchants will basically take the orders and do all the packing, labeling, and then ship the packages to one of our consolidated shipping centers for our tiny logistic team, then to deliver the package to the customer, finish that last mile delivery. And the last method is direct mailing. So this one it's very straightforward. You can utilize any third-party logistic to directly mail your products to the customer through the cross-border method. So obviously, like I said, because bonded warehouse will allow you to provide the best customer experience, this is the most recommended method. However, it will really depend on what kind of brands you are and what kind of product assortment you have. For example, for fashion brands, it might not make sense for you to pre-ship everything to China. So what we see for fashion brands is they will most of the time utilize bonded warehouse plus direct mailing. So you can do a combinations of either one of both. And get your evergreen hot selling product into bonded warehouse, the products that you want to push and have plan marketing activities on into the bonded warehouse, and rest of the long tail and seasonal item you can do direct mailing. So again, it will depend on different type of assortments and kind of brands you are to to choose the type of logistic to perform the cross-border business. So lastly, I just want to quickly show you the onboarding steps. So basically, we will need to go through 3 different steps to complete the onboarding. And first, we go through assessment and preparation. You will need to talk to a team of global experts, which is me here in Canada, and we will help you to then find a team of partner, or feel free to also find one on your own. And then you and your partner will then need to come out with a sales and operations plan for our review. And upon review, we will then send you an official invite for you to come on board with us. And from there onward, your team or partner will help you to get through all the registration, submitting all the necessary qualification documents, register for Alipay global accounts, and activate seller ID and so on. And after we have all the registration and documents submission done, we will go into step 3, which is store development. So for this step, it will mostly be your Tmall partner coordinating with China Logistic to make sure we have all the products and set up product route set up and all the logistic coordinated. And also your TP will help you to create content for your storefront and also for your product pages and put everything up to this platform and store. And once we get through all the first 3 steps, we will go into store operation and optimization. Basically, that's when your store goes live. And after we go into operation, you and your TP will continue to build brand awareness, test the market, fine-tuning the strategy. So again, your TP will basically help you maneuver through all of this. So there's no worries. We do have all the necessary tools, infrastructure to guide you, to help you launch a store with us. Yeah, so that's it for me today. And I would like to encourage you to visit our merchant channel. It's merchants.tmall.hk. So in this channel, you will be able to find all the sharing I made today, all the details to the sharing I made today, and also some of the success case sharing. And feel free to reach out to me after the webinar. And also, I want to mention, next week, I will be holding 2 webinars. One specifically for fashion brand and the other one specifically for Canadian liquor brands. So Canadian wine, spirits, sparkling. If you are in one of the industry, feel free to reach out to me to get the invitation and register for it. Thank you. Yeah, so that's it for me.
Thank you so much, Nicole. And now I'm going to move on to my slides about Alipay and other solutions and you can consider before Tmall Global. And I'm going to share with you my slides. And for this slides, I'm mainly talking about 3 parts. It's first a quick introduction to the world's largest mobile payment and marketing platform, Alipay. And later on, I will share the ways how you can leverage Alipay marketing platform, both from online and offline, how to increase your sales online and offline with our global presence. And the last one is I'm gonna share some of the case studies for your reference. And so first, what is Alipay? So Alipay is the world's largest mobile payment platforms. And then we started as a payment solutions for Alibaba e-commerce platform and back in 2004 and rapidly dominated China market over the past 15 years with more than 50% of market share. And we have over 700 million active members on China Alipay and over 80% active mobile users. And back in 2019, the Double 11 Shopping Festival, Alipay transaction GMV surpassed $38 billion on one day. And then and with that being said, I want to give you an idea what is Alipay, right? It's really a super app for lifestyle. So with Alipay, you have access to all the financial services, including your credit card, and also have a credit, our credit system, and on check later, fixed terms, investment insurance, on loan, and also it's really a social platform. You can send Red Pocket to your friends and family, and then also it kind of share money and transfer money to your friends. And we have over 1 million merchants. And through platforms, it's really a merchant base. So when users go to Alipay, it's for them to find the best deals and to find the merchants nearby. And also it's provide all the live services, like you can top up your mobile phone, pay utility bills, and then transfer money, and then also go Dutch with your friends. And in Canada, and then students, they can pay the tuition fees and also pay their utility bills through Alipay. So I'm going to talk about the user-based addressable market in Canada and also globally. First, I'm going to talk about Alipay in Canada. And there was over 100,000 Chinese visit Canada, and they are big spenders, over 1.5 billion. And there was 200,000 recently immigrated Chinese nationals, and they still have access to the wealth in China through Alipay. And then talk about the international students who are here in Canada, over 200,000 Chinese students, and it's like the largest number of international students in Canada. And over 70% of Chinese citizens, when they travel, they use Alipay for sure. And then second, I want to talk about the global footprint, which is the global addressable market of Alipay. We have over 10 Asian local wallets in globally. Hong Kong, China, Pakistan, India, and then Malaysia, and then KakaoPay in Korea. And now we have over 1.3 billion users globally. So for connecting with Alipay online, you're not only connecting to the consumers in Canada, and you are really building your global presence. That's why I strongly urge you to consider online payment with Alipay to build some brand awareness within the Chinese market, and also from the Chinese in Canada, and also Chinese globally. And so I'm going to talk more detail about the ways how you can really leverage Alipay marketing platform online and offline. So I'm going to talk briefly about offline retail shops. So we have a discovery platform, which is Alipay, through the Alipay app. When you first open Alipay app, it's really allow all the users to locate all the great deals nearby. So we're really matching users regional based on the real-time location-based service. And over 70% users who are in Canada, they opened it, they would definitely see first thing is the deals around them, and also the popular merchants around them. And then they can find ongoing local promotions. And for Alipay, we provide really competitive exchange rates. And then whenever users see Alipay site, they know they can use RMB. It makes them really excited. So, because they still have most of the wealth, kind of like in China, and then they can use that through Alipay. And then we create different promotion highlights. For example, last example we did with milk tea last year. So we are promoting all the small, medium businesses in Canada. And then with those campaigns, there were over 50,000 views daily. And then people be able to, a lot of small merchants like milk tea, right? They were able to get a lot of traffic because of those promotions through Alipay marketing platform. And then we also have those merchant lists and location information for users to identify the business and then find where the store is. And then for the offline ones, we have over 10,000 merchants in Canada accepting Alipay. And they're at least a few big brands, but definitely there's a lot of small, medium business in Canada accepting Alipay. They benefit a lot from accepting Alipay offline. And then there's different ways of leveraging marketing tools to grow in-store traffic and drive up your transaction volume. So we have push notification, we have high traffic banner whenever they open the Alipay app, and also we're creating those customized page for specific promotions like the milk tea festivals, and then the campaigns for department stores, etc. And we use those mechanics, we're able to driving all the users to visit the store. We also have different incentives for users to come back, like coupons either funded by Alipay or funded by the merchants, competitive exchange rate, and also Alipay exclusive campaigns with the merchant. And also we have those pre-purchase function. So when users saw the deals from your store, they can pre-book it by maybe 20 cents Canadian dollar, 1 RMB dollar, and 1 RMB yuan, and they were able to book those deals. And by our observations, over 70% of people who do the pre-purchase function, they were actually coming to your storefront. So it's a good way to ease your inventory concern and then to drive more traffic. And like I said earlier, I just list more examples of the 3 traffic sources Alipay users really rely on our app recommendation and deals. First is a push notification, people, they will pop up to your phone, and this location based. So it will really drive the traffic to the nearby merchants. And we also have those high traffic banners. And then, as you can see, the store will be discovered on our Alipay and also on our Flicky, because those coupons that also in Flicky is our online travel platforms. And then it's like when people come here, they want to search for deals, they will definitely, you see those banners. And last but not least is the page customization. And then just give you an example of what we did with Hot Rent View. We built an in-app page customization for Hot Rent View and really enhance the consumer experience. And we have up to 50,000 daily page view. And then just to give you some case studies we did for the past 2 years, we have those in-app campaign designs. It's like customized design page. We work with our merchants. And then we also work with Cali Fairview. The second example is we have those commercial area activations during the Chinese New Year, just to increase the familiarity of the users. Whenever saw the red and they saw Alipay, they feel like home, and they kind of encourage to spend more money because they feel it's very familiarized. They're not scared to do anything. And then also we have merchant specific can market with Foodie Mart. Foodie Mart is a local supermarket in Canada. And then from those case studies, I have some of the proven results in driving the traffic and volume growth rate. For the first case study, we were able to increase the traffic to milk tea stores over 300% for those small, medium businesses. And then they were able to have those pre-purchase coupons. And then over the campaign, we see over 70% of people who purchase the coupon actually do redeem it and go to the store to purchase it. And Sephora, like after we involved in Alipay back in the end of 2018, we see an increased average transaction over 90% among Alipay users. And then also with those department store sales, and during the Chinese New Year last year, we were able to see 300% increase in average transaction volume. And then after talking about the offline, now we're moving to the online. And like I said earlier, with online solutions, Alipay Online, the GeoOut solutions, you are able to tap into the 1.3 billion users globally. It's a good way to build the awarenesses in the Chinese community before you start to think about the global footprint. And I think for most smaller businesses, I think that's a really good way to start thinking when you want to get into the Chinese market. And also we have different solutions through gift cards, and also we have branded store, mini program, and I will talk about that later. So for online solutions, it's really quick, easy integration. So we offer payment solutions, Alipay checkout, by one-point API integration. And then you can enable Alipay China wallet and on credit pay. And then also you can enable the Alipay global wallet. And like I mentioned earlier, we have over 10 Asian global wallets globally with 1.3 billion users. So why Alipay? And it's first access to the global users, and Alipay and our wallet partners have over 1.3 users globally, and Alipay China alone has over 900 million Chinese users. And it's very efficiency in terms of settlements. We do daily settlements, automatic remittance, and then we can settlement in multi-currency settlements, and then we offer competitive foreign exchange rate. It's very simple integration, and we have really high standard of safety, like for protection, data privacy, and we're fully compliant. And then we also, during the COVID time, like a lot of offline store, you experience some of the drops in the sales and revenue, and we are helping you in a way, providing e-gift card solutions. And we partner with different department stores and then also different merchants. So we're really able to help the brands to increase sales to Alipay gift card solution. Because majority of the people, the Chinese people, big spenders, they still have access to their wealth in China, and they prefer to spend their RMB instead of using the Canadian dollars. So Alipay is a great way to helping them to achieve that. And then we also have another solution is called mini program. And what are mini programs? So mini programs are small apps that operate within larger Alipay ecosystem or super app. because they don't need to download it, right? And the customer love using them, especially when they're on the go. So within our Alipay app, and people can just tap in to search the things they kind of want, and then the mini program icon will show up. Instead of downloading those apps, user can have access to it. And then by integrating with us, and you were able to get the traffic from our Alipay app. And also we have different web-based solutions like online branded store and also web integration, H5 page, and then to able to help you to sell online. And I gave you a few screenshots just to show how easy it is. When you open the Alipay app, you were able to have the high traffic banner. You see it, the user will click through it, and it's very easy integration, H5 page, and we have a technical team can support that as well. And then people can actually directly by integrating their online web e-commerce kind of shops with Alipay, and then be able to get the online traffic from Alipay. And then just for the users using Alipay, it's really like consumer behavior when they open Alipay, because now they can pay utility bills, they can pay tuition fees. Wherever they saw those traffic banner and they were like, oh, I never heard about this brand. And I think it's a really good way to increase you local awareness, and you will get a traffic you normally wouldn't get otherwise. So again, I put on all the slides. I put it back on my first sharing. Is we have digital solutions and for cross-border e-commerce, which Nicole presented, and then also we have the Alipay solutions I presented earlier. And again, the Ding Talk, if you haven't downloaded it, please feel free to download it. You can reach me anytime through Ding Talk, and also reach Nicole, reach Rachel, and everyone else from Alibaba team. And this is the QR code I created exclusively for CQCD. You can scan this QR code and join our group. And then we'll put all the presentation slides, everything there. And then also, and if you feel more comfortable, email me, that's fine as well. Email me. I have my email in the end as well. And thank you so much. I'm gonna end sharing here, and then I know everyone asked about a lot of questions, and now I really wanna just do a client sharing with just Other, who is a really successful examples for Canadian business. And then fortunately, thank you, Maggie, for joining us. Maggie is from Just Other. And Maggie, do you wanna share the slides, or I can share the slides for you?
You can go ahead and then share it if it's convenient for you.
Yeah, totally.
Okay.
I'll do it. Sorry, I'm just trying to open the folder and save it to my folder. Okay, I have the slides here. So, so Maggie, before we start, why don't you give everyone a self-introduction and also introduce about your company first?
Yeah, sure, no problem. So my name is Maggie, and I'm facilitated and then stationed in Vancouver, British Columbia. And our company started in 2015, where the cross-border mechanism for the China e-commerce invented in China. So we founded the company right at that time, and later on through the Alibaba Tmall Global platform, we are able to expand it to the conventional channels as well. So now we have the access to both Tmall Global, Tmall Classic, and then also the other business units within the Alibaba ecosystem. So for Just Order, our value proposition is we provide an all-in-one full house value solutions to the North American merchants who want to enter China. And we start the services we included is starting from the logistics part, supply chain, and then all the way to customer service. And then we have the operation team here in Vancouver and also in China, like in Shanghai, Ningbo, Hangzhou, and Guangzhou. So this is a very brief introduction about Just Order.
Oh, thank you so much, Maggie. I think a lot of people ask me the questions like, how should they start it? How, like, they feel it's really overwhelming, right? I think we have a lot of information. So I think I want to ask you the question, how did you start it?
Yeah, so we actually started offline distribution first through the conventional channels back in 2010. And at that time, cross-border, of course, it's not existed yet in China market. And we have the data from our sub-distributor. And of course, for the company operation, we will analyze that data. And then we found out, even back then, 70% of our offline distribution, when they finished the complete transaction, it is actually through online channels. So back then it's through Tmall and Taobao. And the percentage is around 70%. And then we are thinking, like, as the company wise, we are doing the offline distributions, B2B distributions, but ultimately the transactions with the consumers were actually completed online. So why don't we started our own e-commerce business? So in 2014, when cross-border just introduced to the China market, we have a very intensive internal discussion, and then in 2015 we decided to open our Tmall Global store on Alibaba platform.
Yeah, and then thank you so much. And also, I kind of wanted you to share the experience because I think you started like a few years back. And then can you share a bit of your journey with Alibaba platforms?
Oh yeah, for sure. So first of all, I think the number one successful factors we like is Alibaba's group or the whole ecosystem is very data-driven platform. So why saying this is we were being provided a lot of data from the platform, from the category manager, from the business development. At the same time, when we sell the products in our store, we have the first-hand data from the consumers. And these feedback is actually very valuable to a business operator because first of all, we can optimize our strategy in China market. And this is the first-hand data from the consumers directly. We don't need to have the sub-distributors filtering those information to us. It is the first-hand. I think that's the very, it is one of the factors to help the business success in China market. And then secondly, we utilize, because both Shan and Nicole mentioned about different business units within the Alibaba ecosystem. So within the ecosystem, you can have your business organic growth. So when I say organic growth, so first of all, for example, for our store, we enter the Tmall Global platform first. And then for some of the products, we are able to introduce through the conventional channels. Then we can introduce to the Tmall store, and we are able to do the wholesaling to the different Taobao store owners or to the different Tmall store owners as well. So that it actually create a marketplace for your product. That is also a very the successful factors I would like to sharing with the audience. And then if I'm thinking like the number 3 point will be when you step into the Alibaba ecosystem, into the China market, then you learn from, you know the local market. Then you can analyze and expand your company resources to do, for example, to do a two-way trading. To be more specific, many of the brands or merchants, when they enter China market, they may want to find some partners, for example, distributors or sub-distributors. And then this actually help you to finish one-way trading. But if you are able to enter the market and operate the business in China by yourself, you can find a lot of other resources you can actually utilize and then bring back to North America. So it is it actually help you to create a two-way tradings. And then give a very specific example, like during the pandemic period, we found we had a lot of inquiries from our business partners in North America to help them source the products in China market. But if you are not able to enter the market, get your feet wet in the market, and then learn the resources available in the market, then you are not able to help them do the sourcing. So it can actually expand your business coverage from one-way trading to two-way tradings. So those are, I think, three of the successful factors I like about using the Alibaba ecosystem.
Thank you so much, Maggie.
Yeah.
And then I think I have a last question for you. Through the few years, do you have any challenges, or if you have any advice for the business from Canada who want to start it with Alibaba? Or with,
Yeah, for sure. The challenge, I think, number one is IP protection. It is a big, like, to protect your trademark, and then on top of that, IP protection in China, especially starting like 2018, and also I know that the Alibaba platforms, they put a lot of emphasis on IP protection. So to protect your trademark, to protect your products, logo, and all the intellectual properties, I think IP protection should be one of the key things you need to think about when you're thinking about enter China market. That's number one. And the number two challenge is find a right partners, because China market is very big. And also, like, each region, each province, their culture is different. And even the policies in each port, because China has one rules or regulations or laws, but each port can have different interpretation derived from those policies. So if you can find a right partner to help you enter the market, it is actually a good thing. When I mentioned about like good partner, I think Nicole mentioned about trading partner, Tmall trading partner, and it is one of the partners if you want to be successful in China, because the partner can share with you the market strategy, the market data, and also one of the most important thing is about culture, because North American brands, no matter how successful you are in North America, but if you enter a brand new market, especially the culture is totally different, then you need to adapt your product according to the Chinese consumers' behavior. And so finding a partner to help you tailor a market entry strategy, I think it is very important. Number three, I think the challenge we also facing at the same time, because we are a Canadian company, and I think it is a happy challenge for us, is we need to be adapting all the time, because the market is a dynamic market, and then the changes happen anytime. And for example, like during the pandemic, Chinese consumers put a lot of emphasis or focus on the healthy lifestyle, which is helping them to especially go through and pass the pandemic. And so for we as the merchant or the business operator in China market, we need to adapt our product portfolio as well. So always willing to adapt and then also learn from the consumers. And I think also one of the video Nicole shared with us from Viva Naturals, the CEO also mentioned about learn from the consumers, tailor your product to fit their needs. And this is a very crucial, and also that's what I mentioned. It's a happy challenge for all of the merchants who want to operate in China market.
Okay, thank you so much, Maggie. That's all my questions. And
hi, Maggie. This is Rachel. I would like to, on behalf of one of the participants, for the question. So I know you are very experienced in the food category. So do you have any like tips you could share with all the participants regarding the food or beverage category specifically?
Oh,
thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rachel. Well, for the food category, I think the Canadian-made or Canada made, it's a very good product feature to the Chinese consumers because they recognize the features of the Canadian products is the quality control. But I think we cannot overutilize this consumer conceptions is because there are too many brands available, too many selections available in China market. And we really need to, for example, make our package more attractive to the Chinese consumers, because before they pick your product and then read the product details, they need to pay attention, and then the eyeballs need to spot on your product. So, so this is one of the things, and also in terms of the packaging, because the business, sorry, the life speed in China or the whole Asian market is very fast. So anything grab and go, it is very convenient to fit into people's lifestyle. So we can, for the, and I know like a lot of North American brands, they feature the product quality instead of put some of the focus on the packaging. I think that's number one. That's number one thing. And number two is we've been asked by a lot of manufacturers in North America, especially food industries, and they're asking, what if my price is at a premium price? My answer to that is China market is big. And then you don't need to sell to everyone in China. And then you can sell to your targeted clientele. And then there's a group of people or a group of consumers, they will appreciate the quality of your product and it can fit to your product concept. So this is the clientele you want to chase after, rather than you put a lot of like massive marketing dollar invested into the massive market. And then this is also a very like the most economic way to get your marketing investment back. So probably those are the features I want to share with the food producers in Quebec.
Thank you, Maggie.
Thank you, Maggie. And I think we wrap up our sessions today, and then we're happy to take any questions from the ground. If anyone have a question, please put in the chat box.
Yeah, I believe just going through all the presentation, there's a lot of questions has been mentioned in our chat box. And I would like to recommend like Shanshan and Nicole, maybe you can just, show your email address on the screen one more time and had all the audience can, later connect with all of you for more details.
Okay, Nicole, how about you show yours first? I'll show mine after. Okay, I'll show my first, Nick. I couldn't hear Nicole. I'll stop. Sorry, Nicole, you can show yours first. Yeah. Nicole, you have to unmute.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I've also typed in my email address in the chat box if you want to copy and paste directly. So here's my contact information again. Feel free to screenshot now. Yeah, and also it's in the chat box. Feel free to copy and paste. And I'll let Sansan share hers now.
Thank you.
Yeah, I have shared my email, and then feel free to email me, and also I'll put my email in the chat box. And after the section, I'm gonna email you about all the slides we can share with you, and also Nicole's contact and my contact as well.
Okay.
I think there's no more questions. I think that's the end of the session. And then thanks again for CQCD partnering with us in hosting this webinar. And then hope to see you very soon. Thank you so much.